we finished getting packed up here at 1235 Edelweiss Drive. You can see these guys outside getting everything kind of squared away here. I figured I'd give you guys a quick walkthrough. A couple things you should know about this place though is, one, the driveway outside, I don't know if you can tell through the door here, is completely gravel. So while it is paved all the way up here, once you get to the actual driveway, it is fairly steep. It's nothing I don't think any vehicle can't really handle. We did put the Jeeps in four-wheel and four-high just to help us get up, so we didn't have to really worry about it. But I think anything can get up here. When we initially came, we had them in two-high and we didn't have any issue. But just be aware that it is a little bit steep. It is gravel, so it's tricky for these guys that have their bikes up here. Also, if you're coming here and you pop in the address, it has a tendency on GPS, Google Maps, whatever. Now I'll say tendency, but it's actually, it just happens. The address actually is going to put you up there. There's a street that goes above the house, and that is where the GPS is going to take you, and it did make one of our guys lost coming up here. So what you want to do is when you go into Google Maps and you put the address in, you're going to see the curved street above the house, and that's where the pin is going to be. If you look right next to that, there's a dead-end road, and that's Edelweiss Drive. Move your pin to the end of that street, which is technically the dead end. The house is right at the end of that street, so that's going to put you there. You want to make sure you're going up Alpenrosa Avenue to Edelweiss Drive, and once you go once or twice, it's pretty easy to memorize how you get up here, especially if you're coming from Gatlinburg. Coming from the bypass, a little bit trickier if you're coming from Pigeon Forge, but again, easy enough to memorize after a couple times. So anyway, let's get into the house. So this is the entryway. So let me turn this around so you guys can get a better view, and then we'll talk from behind the camera from now on. So this is the entryway when you come in. Plenty of lighting. So let's go into the main house here. So we have an up and a down. Up is where the main gathering area is in one of the bedrooms, and downstairs is one of the other main bedrooms, which we'll touch on a little bit once we get down there. But let's cover this main floor. Right side you have two closets. The first closet has what appears to be 3 fans in it, but they're actually 3 heaters. This house was warm when we got here. It was in the 90s. We were in the middle of a heat dome when we were here in Tennessee. They had 1 fan. The house did eventually get cooler as the week went on, but my son ended up getting another fan because his room wasn't getting cool enough for him, and we'll touch on that room in a second. So this is the first bathroom. This is on the first floor, the entryway, so you have a shower. There is no tub in this house whatsoever, so if you're a tub person, you're not going to find one here. You do have a washer and a dryer. They did provide hand soap and some laundry detergent. We did not find any dryer sheets, so we did actually have to go get some dryer sheets ourselves. There's a market down the road, fairly close to the house. Nice actual market. They got a lot of stuff in there, reasonably priced, and they have some good pizza there too. We didn't try their deli, but they had some good reviews in there. This is bedroom number 1, then I'll call it. This is a queen bed. Every room, with the exception of the bunk house, has some. Well, no, the bunk house does has an exit to the outside, but we don't really use it. So you're going to see things getting dark. I'm trying to turn lights on as I'm going, or off as I'm going through here. We're going to double back here and turn some lights off in this bathroom as well. I may or may not cut this, so you guys don't have to worry about seeing me do all this. All right. So we're going to head back down. This is bedroom number 2. So this is where my son was that purchased the fan. So this is a king room, which is odd because you would think that the king room would be downstairs. So there's 2 bigger bedrooms in this house, and you would think that this king bed would be downstairs, but the downstairs, which when you look online through the pictures, looks like it would be one of the master bedrooms. It's got the nice rain shower and everything. That room actually has a queen bed in it. Just kind of an odd choice. I would think they would put the queen in here, and the king downstairs. But, you know, hey, I didn't design this place. It is nice, though. There are nice views. Again, this is the main level. We're going to go down a level now to that other bedroom I was just speaking about before we head upstairs to where you actually get kind of the better view. Alright, so back in this main area, that's the upstairs. Let's go ahead downstairs for a second. Alright, so as I said, this is the one of what we would call, I guess, the master room. So this is our queen bed. Again, I mean, maybe it's a space thing between the two lamps. They couldn't fit the king in here, but I'm sure you could have done something. So again, we had two sliding glass doors up to the outside with your own patio. There's another glass door over there. Pictures online, it's interesting to see these because I'll tell you what our family thought these were. Actually, I'm not going to tell you, but you could probably use your imagination. They're not, they're just regular chairs. We have a decent sized TV, small for the individuals that were staying in here, but better than upstairs. So those first two bedrooms we see, if you notice, didn't have a TV at all. So depending on what kind of vacation you have, may not be a big deal to you, but at the same time, I'd almost like to have a TV and not use it than to not, have a TV at all. So anyway, so this is the bathroom downstairs. So this is the actual pretty nice one. It's got the shower, the twin shower heads up top there, rainfall shower head, sorry. And then, so that's nice. You got couples in here. Anyway, so let's head upstairs. Forgot to turn off some lights. Okay, now let's head upstairs. I will tell you guys, there are a ton of light switches in this house, and there are a ton that don't do anything at all. There are quite a few that do two different things. We'll turn that one off upstairs, not down here. Some that have faders on them, so you can dim the lights. Alright, now we'll turn this one off. This one here that goes downstairs actually has a night light next to it, so that will light up later at night. Alright, so let's head upstairs here. And the fun part, if you guys have never been here before, you've actually seen the bunk house already. We just didn't go into it, so let you guys marinate on that for a second. Alright, so here is the upstairs. It's the main living area, fairly nice sized TV for everyone to enjoy. A couple couches, beautiful view outside there, a couple chairs here. These the chairs around the dining area are nice, but if you're a little bit bigger, the nubs that are on the front can kind of hurt the back of your thighs, so keep that in mind. Alright, so coming into the kitchen here, the center section here, the top two portions are both fridges, bottom two are both freezers. These two on both sides here and here are dishwashers, so you have two dishwashers in here. There are plenty of dishes in here, especially if you plan on using the dishwasher and washing them. They're kind of all over the place. We got silverware in the top drawer over here, dishes in the second drawer on that side. A lot of different appliances in here to use, nice stove. So yeah, then we have our big balcony. See down here, there is a lock. Get zoomed in on that. So you just slide that over to the right with your foot, and that'll unlock it so you can actually slide the door. Please don't be like my son and just try to yank this thing open. That does not work well. So, a little less foliage maybe in the winter or fall. This might be a straighter shot off to the mountains, but you can see the mountains obviously through the trees here. I have a drone shot that I took earlier, so we'll try to patch that in here as well somewhere. But it is it's a fairly nice view. It was really quiet here. We actually only heard people one time, and we're not really sure what was going on. There was some screaming and what sounded like gunshots. That was off to the right side. But, so, I don't know. We're guessing that was a raccoon more than a bear, but anyway. Let's head back inside and lock this up. Okay, let's take you guys into the upper bedroom. This is where my wife and I stayed. The upper bedroom is kind of like an apartment all to itself. We have the pocket door here that just kind of slides open and shut for privacy. It's actually pretty quiet in here, even if somebody's watching TV out here. It's actually pretty well blocked off from sound. This is a queen bed. You have your small bathroom that's here. So there's 3 bathrooms overall in the entire house, which is nice. There's options. And like I said, so you got some closets here, and then here is the rest of it. So like I said, it's kind of like a small apartment. This actual door right here actually goes straight out to the patio that's on the side, on the back side of the house. Or I guess that's probably the front side, but you know, the side without the view. A small window here. There are no blinds on that or drapes. You do have a small TV. There are Apple TVs in this room and the bunk house. I'm not sure about the lower bedroom. And then outside is or in the main area is kind of a smart TV that's got everything hooked up to it. So we did have access to Disney Plus, Netflix, and whatnot. We have a whole kind of wet bar area in here as well, with a cooler for wine, I guess, if that's your thing. This, we believe, is a hideaway bed, so it's another option if you need another bed up here somewhere. The only other thing in this place I'll make you aware of is this up here, which is not a big deal, but that you see up there at the top is the roof. So last night we had some rain in here. We had some rain in Tennessee that was coming down pretty hard, and we could definitely hear it through that panel. So that was interesting. It didn't leak in here or anything. It was nice in here. So, all right. So I'm gonna shut these lights off, bring you back, and we'll go check the bunkhouse. Okay, so we're back in the main area, and I told you guys we saw the bunkhouse already, but we hadn't seen the bunkhouse, right? I haven't shown you yet. So what I mean by that, we didn't know where this was either. They did say somewhere in the description, I believe, that it is separate from the main house, and it is somewhat. It is attached, but it is separate. And you'll get this information with your check-in packet, right? But let me turn this around. So you come in the front door here. See, they're still waiting for me to get out of here. This is the front door that goes into the rest of the house, or the main door. This is where the bunkhouse is. So if you walk up to this, push on this panel, it pops out. Open this one, open this one, and here's your secret door to the bunkhouse. So the bunkhouse has 4 bunk beds, then the couch, and this is actually where my son slept in here because he said the bunks were too squishy. There's a window there. There's a door to the outside, but I wouldn't use it. There isn't anything really out there. Take a peek out the window here. There's what looks like to be a greenhouse or a sunroom or something down there that they're just using for storage, but that's the only thing that door goes to. There's a fairly large TV because this is basically a theater room as well. So if you look up top here, we have some nice size speakers for the front audio. And you won't be able to see them really, but this little box right here is one back speaker. And right here is the second back speaker. So it's got pretty nice sound here. There's no subwoofer in here, and I will say that we could not get the subwoofer upstairs to work either. So I contacted them about that. We never got it figured out. I wasn't that concerned about it. There is no subwoofer down here. So you're kind of whatever sound you get from those 4 speakers, which wasn't bad anyway. This is directly below that other queen room that my wife and I stayed in upstairs. It was kind of like an apartment. So if you're overly loud down here, that does kind of go through the floor, so you can't hear it upstairs, and vice versa. If we had our TV louder, you could hear it through the floor down here. It wasn't anything that was a major, like I'm going to drop a star for something like that. It's just something that, maybe you guys would like to know. So that's 1235 Edelweiss Drive from Black Swan. They were very attentive, great people. Anytime I sent them a message, I had something back pretty much within minutes. Worst case scenario, within like 30 minutes, I think, was the longest I waited for a response. And then even then, they would come back to me and maybe ask me a question. And if I didn't get back to them, they were on me the next day, politely, asking, hey, just following up, how's everything going? Did you get the subwoofer going? We had an issue with the refrigerator not cooling down right away, but I think that's just because maybe they turned them off between guests. We think, we're not sure. It did eventually cool down. It was the right side of the refrigerator. So, yeah, it's actually a very nice place, but do be aware there's no pool here, there's no hot tub, there's no tubs in general. So you're just kind of really dependent on fans and AC for a week like we were here, where it was in the mid to upper 90s with the heat dome in the middle of August, or middle to late August 2023. So, yeah, so that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this and got some out of it. Where are the Winded Wanderers? I usually do more videos, but we had the whole family here this time, so I was just kind of enjoying the moment and didn't really record much except for this. So hopefully you found it helpful, and talk to you guys later. We're out.